You're listening to the 5-Minute Friday podcast episode of The Aligned Self. This is your host, Daniel Danovi. Okay, 5-Minute Friday, a short and concise podcast episode of The Aligned Self designed to leave you with a question, an idea, a strategy, a tip, a hack, in order to give you greater access to your conscious awareness, evolving your conscious awareness, or give you greater mastery over your mind. Hello, friend, and welcome to this 5-Minute Friday. I just got off the phone with one of my clients that I'm working with on the subpersonalities, integrating those subpersonalities. As you may know, I'm working with several people as part of my research for my book, actually diving deeper than I ever have into subpersonalities, looking at it from all different perspectives. And I'm humbled in working with the people that have joined me, that have raised their hand and said, I'd like to do this. It is an immense privilege to see you in a way that you've never been seen before, to touch and connect with aspects of you that some of you have left behind. And it's such a fulfilling, my heart is just full at the moment at what comes as a result of working through this process. Enough about this. I just want to let you know kind of where my headspace is. And I'm just filled with love and compassion and satisfaction. I really enjoy what I do. Well, I guess I just wanted to let you know where my headspace at the moment, and I'm actually kind of esoteric, feeling very connected to all that is. And so I thought I'd remind you of just how immense you are, how great you are, that you are a spiritual being immersed in the human experience. Now, I've talked about it before, and if you just recently started listening, I went through a mystical experience when I was 28 that reordered my perception of reality. I left my body on 4 different occasions within the span of a night. I guess while I was sleeping, I was in and out of my body and had this profound experience. And so I have this knowing in my heart, in my bones, that we are a spiritual being immersed in the human experience. It's not just a conceptual understanding. And so my hope for you is that you also, too, arrive at a knowing. It won't be in the way that I did. It'll be in your own unique way. And sometimes you can just tap into it, tune into it, and have that knowing that you have a higher self. Now, let me rephrase that. A lot of people think they have a soul. Well, you don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body. Like I said before, you are a spiritual being immersed in the human experience. We got that from Teilhard de Chardin, the Catholic mystic, the French Catholic mystic. And people have repeated it again and again because it's such a truth. You have a body, but that body is used for the expression on the physical plane. Your soul is utilizing your body. And so you have this massive consciousness, and your body is a matrix of consciousness. It is constructed of thought and reconstructed from thought and from thinking. That's why you can change your thinking and change your health, why you can have a thought and it registers almost immediately in your body. And so most people have this idea and this knowing that they have a higher self, or they are a higher self with a human experience. But when people think of it conceptually, there's always this idea that we are apart, like where there's some separation between us and our soul, some separation between us and our higher self, our inner being. But I'm reminding you that you are a part of your higher self, an aspect of divinity. And there is no separation. Your higher self is always sending you love, always sending you encouragement, always wanting the best for you. It is totally focused on you and only you, but it is interconnected with all it is. And so you are a part of your higher self. Your higher self is a part of a greater system of consciousness. It is intimately and intricately connected to everything. I'm reminding you of this. One, I was reminded in my session with my client, but also it's been on my mind because I wanted to set up the next few weeks where I'll be talking more about intuition and psychic ability. When I first started the podcast, I basically started out talking about intuition, your intuitive guidance system. And I end every episode, follow your bliss, live your life from inner signals. That's intuition. Be inner directed, like follow your own North Star, not somebody else's. But this idea of tapping into your intuition is so critical in being your authentic self, living your authentic life, of being informed about your connection to all that is. You see, you are a multidimensional being inside a multidimensional universe. And so a lot of people have trouble understanding, where does intuition come from? Well, intuition comes from local information, your own subconscious mind, your own experiences, your own processing, but it's also interconnected to all that is. And so you have non-local information, non-local guidance from your guides, guidance from your higher self, guidance from God, Goddess, all that is also coming through. And once we clear the channels, see, everybody has access to intuition. And once we clear the channel, once we open up to receive, the information is there. The universe is always conspiring on your behalf. It's always in communication with you. You always have access to your intuition. You may not be aware of it, but that's part of the process. That's the spiritual adventure. That is the epic adventure. Connecting with your divinity, deciding who you want to be in the world, how you want to be in the world. You see, every thought that you have creates your reality. You don't discover who you are. You choose who you want to be. You actually create who you are based on your thinking, based on your attitudes. And for the most part, a lot of people have aspects of themselves that they've never explored. So I guess in some ways, it does feel like you're discovering who you are. But ultimately, it is you choosing how you want to be in the world. And frankly, I think it's important to know that you are divinity having a 3D experience. You are spiritual being immersed in the human experience. And so I want to leave you with this idea so you can contemplate it over the weekend, contemplate it over the next few hours, discuss it with, the people that you're surrounded with. What is their experience? Do they consider themselves a spiritual being immersed in the human experience? Do they understand that they are part of a greater whole? Do you realize that you are not separate from all that is, but you are a part of all that is? Well, that's it for this 5-Minute Friday, and hopefully I left you with something that you can contemplate deeply and actually get on a deeper level, if only for a couple moments. So until next time, this is your friend and host, Daniel Denovi, urging you to follow your bliss. Live your life from inner signals. Be inner directed as you engage in the epic adventure.